What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to recreate the last activity that we did on the virtual assistant training, the Photoshop thing, and we're going to recreate the image, Amazon product image editing. So let's get started. So I'm going to close this first. We're going to create a new file with the dimensions of 2000 by 2000 pixels with a resolution of 300. Okay, then so we have our canvas. Next, open the images provided to you the last week. So we have this image. So we deleted the logo first for uh, copyright purposes. So uh, let's drag this image to our main canvas. Okay, there we go. Let's make it bigger, a little bit bigger, or shall we say let's make it bigger. Okay, next we're going to crop this image here and get rid of this gray background. So actually there are many ways to get rid of this background, but the best thing will be our pen tool. See our pen tool, this one, pen tool. So let's zoom in and start cropping it. So I hope this skill, the pen tool, will be uh, beneficial to you, because in cropping images in Photoshop, this tool helps really a lot. Okay, so let's just be careful on the curve so that it will look nice. Mhm. So I see what you've observed. I'm cutting some lines in here. Oh, not the correct terms, but as you observe, as I click on here, okay, I made a curve, and then there will be a line in here, this one, these lines. But if I click on here, as you can see, the line will not follow the path that I wanted. So what I'm doing is I press Alt and then click on the middle, let's say the middle point. Okay, middle point, there we go. The line here disappeared, so we can continue on making curves here. There we go. Oops, let's just finish this and we can continue with our business. There we go. Oops. Okay, after that we have to select this, or that we press Control Enter, and the image will be selected. Okay, and then we'll to duplicate it and delete this layer 1. Okay, there we go, there's our image. Next, oops, delete this one. Okay, next we'll be making our shadow. So for a shadow, we're going to duplicate this, just press Ctrl J. So there we go, we already have our shadow. Then press Ctrl T for transformation tool, or yeah, transformation tool. Next is right click and flip vertical. After that, we're going to put it below. Uh, the illusion here is we're making a reflection of our product. So we're going to rename this as reflection. Actually, I really advise renaming your layers so that if you're new to Photoshop, you will not be confused on on your layers. Okay, we'll name this as our main image. Okay, so obviously the reflection must not be as clear as our main image, so we're going to change its opacity to 30%. Oops, wrong image. Then 30%. There we go. So we have our reflection. Next, we'll be making our background. So as you remembered, we made our background into blue, something sky blue, somewhere around cyan in between with sky blue. So just like that. So we're going to make a color. It's a solid color, and then we're going to type in here 00 CCFF. There we go. We have now our solid color fill, and we're going to put it in the background below our main image, so that obviously it's a background, it must be in the back. Next, we'll be making our new layer. Okay, this new layer here, click new layer, and then we're going to have our radial gradient. So radial gradient is located here, this one. This is our radial gradient. Then if your color is not changed into white, so please do change it here. There is our white. Okay, and then select this one, the second box. This is the radial gradient. So from the center, so place your cursor on the center of your canvas. From the center, drag your cursor down to the bottom. There we go. We have our white radial gradient. So, and we're going to drag our layer 1 above the color fill. So let's just rename this into radial gradient. There we go. So we have it now. Next will be our artificial light, so that it looks good, obviously. So to do that, we're going to make a new layer. Okay, new layer, and then we're going to select our brush here. Brush. Next, set the size into 200, and select this one, the third one. Okay, and after that, make sure this is layer 1 selected, or shall we just rename it? We'll be renaming this into light. Okay, and hold shift and drag it across the canvas. Okay, so we have our light, but as you observe, our light is very strong, so we're going to set its opacity into 30%, so that it will not be visible as it was. So there you go, it's not that visible, but as you can see, there's our light in here in the side, the other side. So to get rid of that, we must I don't know if this is the right term, but we must concatenate this light into the main image. Okay, this image, we must concatenate this light. So to do that, we must press Alt. Okay, but first make sure that our main image here and the light is next to each other. Okay, so light first, then the main image. So press Alt and then hover the mouse just in between the light and the main layer. Then, as you can see, the cursor changed. So left click, there you go. So it's already inside the main image. So okay, next will be our equalizer. So double click on here on the layer, and okay, so that we can move our equalizer image. So drag this on your um, main canvas. There we go. If you encountered like this, uh, just press Alt. As you can see, the layering in this very moment will be layer, light, and main. So we'll just press Alt, and in between our layer 1 and light, okay, we're going to left click in between them. There you go. Okay, then move tool. Then let's make our background as big as we could. So then, so this is a background. Obviously, we're going to put it in the back. Okay, there you go. So this doesn't look good. So we're going to make this some effects that these equalizer bars are on the back. So let's change the opacity into 30%. Okay, there you go. It looks good. Okay, or just I'm just praising myself, but yeah, it looks good. And next will be our table. This one, the base, the wooden table. But then to edit this, double click on this layer, then press OK or enter. So, but before we move that, we have to get rid of this white image, white part of this image. So we're going to use the magic wand, this one, this magic wand tool. But if you can see the magic wand tool in here on your Photoshop version, usually the default will be the quick selection tool. So what you're going to do is right click on here and select the magic wand. Okay, and then click on the white area. Okay, after that press delete and then deselect so that you can move the image. Then select the move tool here and then drag it to your main canvas. So same goes with the image or the equalizer, it goes on our main image. Out, there you go. So we're going to put this on put this below, obviously, because it's a table, and tables supposed to be are meant to be downwards, and we're going to put this one like that. Okay, so we have our table, our main image, and the background, but our image looks like it's floating, so it's not very realistic, or how should we say this, it's very edited. Yeah, it's edited, but our main goal in here is to make it as realistic as we could. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a fake shadow. Okay, to make our fake shadow, we're going to use this rectangle tool, and then select the fill color into black. Where's the black? Okay, here's the black. And then let's draw the rectangle here. Okay, maybe just like that, size of that. And we're going to put this rectangle in between our main image and the reflection. Okay, there we go. And then, as you can see, our shadow doesn't look like a shadow. So what we're going to do is make an effect, or create an effect, so that it will look like a shadow. So click on the layer, go to filter, blur, and then this Gaussian blur. Okay, then press OK, and then set the radius into 20. There you go. As you can see, there's a difference. There's some blur effects on the side, and then it's very dark, so we can change the opacity to 30. There you go. So 30 doesn't look good, it's very light, so let's change it to 40. Okay, maybe 35. Okay, there you go. So we have a little bit of shadow in here, reflection, and our image and the artificial light. There you go. And a beautiful background with our equalizer. So the last thing will be a text. Okay, I usually use Century Gothic because it's clean and easy to read. So just like our example, it's 200 watt. There you go. Oops. Always press shift and then drag it on the corner. 200 watt, and then we're going to add some text in here, just random text. Shall we say 2.1 inch stereo system. Okay, so we're going to change the size of this so that it will look good together with its accompanying text. There we go. So I guess that's it. It's on your choice if you're going to shall we what how can I say this, are you going to improve this one or edit. I just showed you the examples and the basics of it, so I hope you learned something from this tutorial, guys, and stay tuned for the next tutorial that we're going to make. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this channel or this video, and thank you very much. See you soon.